Happy Sabbath to all of you. I am blessed that now I have a co-partner to teach you different things. And as you can recall, what can you tell me about the liver? What do the doctors, or should we call your liver? Yes. What did I call it? A plant what? A plant manager, okay? And we said that if the plant manager is doing their job and they're happy, it means everything else is working together. And we said that your digestive process begins where? Okay, and it goes, and everything that you eat goes through what organ again? And when your doctor presses right underneath your rib, he's checking for what organ? Your liver, your gallbladder, they're together, okay? Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Dave. Old teachers never die. They just keep recycling, I guess. I thank you so much for what a privilege to stand before you and talk about science. And for me, science just screams the glory of God. And so what a wonderful thing to be able to talk about these amazing things and give glory to God in His house on His Sabbath day. I just wanted, Marie does a beautiful job about the liver. Let's go a little bit off a midline. Let's go over to the left, and let's look at the pancreas. I mean, there's miracles here that are just so special, so special. When we go over to potluck over there, we're going to eat, right? Anybody not going to eat? We're going to eat over there. So your body is going to break things down to amino acids, yes? And we call them saccharides, but carbohydrates, you can call them, and fats. Well, of course, there won't be any fats here in this, sorry. But you break them all down to its component parts. Well, let's look at the saccharides. Let's look at those carbohydrates. This is an absolute collection of miracles, I'm telling you. So, as Marie said, they're amylases. They're in your saliva. It begins to break down, and it goes down into your stomach. And it's mixed with pancreatic enzymes and acids, and you absorb it. Now, that's dextrose, fructose, galactose, lactose, all of the oses. They're going to go to glucose. C6H12O6. You can, Les knows. You check me on my chemistry, but C6H12O6. This is glucose. That's the essence of life. Well, oxygen is actually the essence of life, but this is the essence of energy. So it's going to glucose. Now, you've got to get the glucose into a cell. If you think like a lock and a door, you've got to unlock that, and you've got to get that glucose into cells have to have energy, just like your car has to have energy. You've got to have insulin. So the beta cells of your pancreas, friends, we should probably be on our knees because this is glorious miracles here. Insulin is produced by those beta cells, and that insulin is very special. It's a very special carbon chain. I think it's, correct me, you chemists, but I think it's 51 carbon chain with a disulfide bond in between. That sounds like a lot of gobbledygook. That's a lot of miracles, friends. That's a lot of miracles. Does anybody know, have they made an insulin pill? So you eat chocolate cake and take your insulin pill and everything is good. No, I think we went to the moon. I think we put somebody up there. But you know what? You have to have insulin. You have to have it. So that's what a type 1 is, isn't it? A type 1 diabetic doesn't make insulin, so they have to inject it. Why did they have to inject it? If it went through your stomach, which is an acidic medium and was exposed to enzymes, it would be nutty putty or something else. By the time it got into your blood, wouldn't do anything. So I'm telling you, do you have to strain? I'm straining now to get my pancreas to produce insulin. I'm trying to no, it just the beta cells work automatically in conjunction with how much glucose goes into your blood. Now, if your blood sugar goes low, who knows what happens? You fall on your face. So you can't run the brain, your body. As a matter of fact, if your blood sugar goes 30 or less, you'll usually go into a terrible seizure, of rather large seizures, because the brain will start short-circuiting. So you have glucagon, another set of miracles, friends. That's 153 carbon chain. That's a very sophisticated a piece of equipment, do you have to strain to make glucagon? No, it just happens automatically. And so what is that? That is God-given checks and balances in how you process a majority of the things that we eat. Have some kind of carbohydrate and starch, don't they? So this is an amazing thing, and it just throws me to my knees in worship, and it's a wonderful thing to talk about these things today on God's day. But when you see Jesus at the cross, and you think Jesus spoke physiology into existence, he spoke that into existence. I think it makes us look at God, Jesus, in a whole just absolutely amazing way. And it's what just brought me into the church, and science just screams. It screams at a loving God who has given us miracles upon miracles. And as we go through time, there's packages of miracles. We go over to the heart, just about anywhere that we go. We probably should give the lecture on our knees, because talk about fearfully and wonderfully made. Just real quick, you give me the sign here. Teachers never quit either. Sorry. What happens if it doesn't work? It's called diabetes. Kills over 30,000 people. Actually, I better not give a number because I don't have the latest number. And it doesn't always show up on the death certificate. But diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes, they call it diabesity now. We could give another lecture on that. But it kills people because they cannot regulate the glucose. They can't regulate the sugars. What happens when sugars accumulate? They get sticky, don't they? They stick to everything. And so retinopathy, cardiomyopathy, nephropathy, and a horrible thing, neuropathy down in the nerves, in your lower extremities. Dear friends, this is a disease. Now, how do you deal with this disease? I'm just going to give it to you real quick, and I'll get the heck off of here. But I'm just telling you, and I could give you the research. I can give you so many articles on this. Probably I've been at this about 35, almost 40 years. I'm just going to say it. Here it goes. How's the best way to deal with diabetes? Plant-based, I'm going to say it, vegan eating, and exercise, physical activity. Exercise makes sense, doesn't it? If glucose is for energy, well, make your body use energy. Make it use energy. Make it use it. Where does glucose go if it just accumulates, and can't go anywhere? It goes to fat, doesn't it? It goes to fat, or it just turns your blood into Karo syrup. You can't have Karo syrup blood. Remember all those apathies that we saw? Plant-based eating, exercise, physical activity. If you're in a wheelchair, tap your foot. Tap something. Next week, you'll tap 2 feet, and then you'll have your arms going. Something. Make your body use energy. And what's probably the most important one, pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. And constantly, when you get up in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror, you say, Lord, thank you. This is so amazing what you've put together here. And I give glory to God always. And what an honor to do that on this Sabbath day. Give glory to God and always respect for the miracles that many times we just take for granted when we're eating dinner. There's a lot of miracles that go on there. God bless you, and I hope that it's a wonderful Sabbath for you.